What's good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, the PR to the Black, the one and only, and I'm not alone today. I'm here with everyone's favorite hustler, DJ Sbu, at the Music Podcast Festival. Thanks for having us today, Uncle Sbu. What I would like to ask you is, what inspired you to start your podcast?
Thank you very much, and I'm proud of you. Good to see you, Artie Black, the future himself. Um, Storytelling, it's very big in the continent. Sharing ideas, sharing knowledge, inspiring others, motivating others, and just connecting with other like-minded people. Um, Generations all let me big on our TV screens. The Bold and the Beautiful, Ispeto, Skim Sam, you name them, they're all big. Why? It's because of the culture of storytelling. We used to gather around the fire back in the day, Sesebanglan or our ancestors back in the day. I mean, you also know how big Nollywood movies have been in the continent. So it just shows you good Africans are a storytelling continent. We are a storytelling people. And that's what inspired the podcast, the music festival. I'm a musician. I come from the music industry, and for anything to be relevant amongst people, we are a people of song. We love singing, even when we are mourning. We sing when we are protesting. We sing when we are celebrating. We even drum after tears, after burying, or after a funeral. We love music that much. So, what better movement to fuse the podcast culture with? It's the music. That's why it's the SA Podcast and Music Festival. So I'd like to appreciate the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, and appreciate SABC Plus, which is a brand new SABC streaming app, which has got all the SABC platforms, SABC channels onto one app, and all the SABC radio stations onto one app for free. You just download it free of charge. You just use data, and you can watch any TV channel. You can listen to any radio station on SABC Plus. So I want to appreciate them for coming on board, but I want to appreciate all the podcasters that are here exhibiting their own podcasts as well, and just a lot of small businesses that are here. The podcast culture is growing, and it's going to go very, very far. So this is just only early days. It's going to get bigger.
And another question I'd like to ask, you see, you started a podcast. Next thing you know, you're hosting a festival. How do you feel to see all these people here in the audience? All these people exhibiting their podcasts, and how does that make you feel as the visionary?
I think it's them more visionaries, It's them who've just taken the difficult stance to start. A lot of people don't start. But the fact that you started now, you just can't stop. Don't give up. Even when it gets tough, just don't give up. It's all about consistency. It's just like with anything in life. It's about moving. Even if you're going through the most, you're going through hell, just keep moving. Keep posting, whether it's once a week, whether it's once a day, whether it's once a month. As long as you've gotten that algorithm used to the fact that whenever you post at certain intervals, post on those intervals. Give your people content. Choose a niche that you like, whether your niche is sports, politics, gossip, entertainment, music. It's totally up to you, and then stick to that niche. Don't do all sorts of different things. The other day you're posting about sports, the other day it's about politics. No, just choose one niche and stick to it, and be consistent at it, and just grow it. Now, when I started my podcast about 4 or 5 years ago, just a little bit before COVID-19, I could see that this thing is going to go very far. Podcast has grown now. We've got about 250,000 subscribers, which is growing, and we're inspired by the likes of Abo Make G. We're inspired by Abo Season of Wall, Abo Penuel, the Black Pen, Abo Patrick Bet David overseas, Abo Joe Rogan, Abo Diary of a CEO type of podcast. There's a lot of podcasters and podcasts all over the world, right? And shout out to everyone who started their own podcast locally. Just don't stop, guys. It's about the consistency.
Okay, lastly, today was a fun day. We all had fun. We were here, we ate, we networked. So what can people expect for tomorrow's one? Lastly,
tomorrow is all about music. So the conversations will be about music, the business of music, industry people from the music industry, people who've run their own successful record labels, people from Risa, people from Capasso, people from Samro, and all the different organizations that regulate music in South Africa, publishing space, and just people who are business people in the music space will be here tomorrow, and those that are also owning their own streaming platforms, just people, producers, DJs. Cleo is going to be offering a masterclass. You got Black Motion that's going to be here. Robotboii is going to be here. He's a piano artist, he's a rapper, comedian. He's also a content creator. He's a podcaster as well in his own right under the Podcast and Chill Podcast Network. And then who else do you have? You've got myself. We've got a very long list of lineup of other people. Little Sims, Little Zinke, DJ Arc Jr. So it's going to be quite another interesting and an exciting day. But this is the first. The second podcast and music festival is happening on the 30th of November. Shout out to everyone who came to support this one. Shout out to everyone who started their own podcast. If you love music, you're up at the business of music, and you want to dance later on, tomorrow is the day, the 15th of June. All about youth, and it's your guys' time. So that's why we created these things for you guys.
Shout out, Uncle Sbu. Otherwise, for me, that's all I gotta say. Oi, oi.